Oh, is he?
What are you cooking up here?
All right, that is my intro workout. 1 scoop of carbs, 2 scoop of EAs, the freeform so its own flavor, and just some salt. So I've been doing that intro workout. Welcome back, guys, in my channel. Today we're gonna train back. I'm gonna be training with Dorian. I've been focusing a lot to bring up my back. That is my main focus right now. So I'm really trying to learn as much as I can. I did a session with Eric. I didn't film it, but I'm gonna try to film the next one. And Dorian has been working with him yesterday, actually, like some of the exercise. So I'm gonna be following Dorian, what he said.
But when you grab it, try and palm it, like grab with your fingers and push your palms into it, so that this bar is in line with your wrist. Because we're really externally rotating, and we want to keep that bicep in front of us, right? When we're pulling. We don't want to be doing this. We want to be in like this. And almost lean into the pad too.
Yeah, so like you push yourself like
exactly.
in the pad.
So as I'm pulling back, I'm pushing in too. So we're meeting each other.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, like you're like trying to hit.
And then you're pulling. Right? So you get full length of the lat, you just straighten like that. It doesn't always mean like overreach. It doesn't mean like, oh my gosh, like reach. Just straighten that arm. And then crack, pull down.
Okay.
And remember, when you go to grab it, get rid of the thumbs, push that hand, so this is in line with here. Yes. Good. Pull into the pad. Yes. All right, you're meeting it. Pull in, squeeze the back. Pull in, squeeze. Shoulders down, pull in, squeeze. Good. Try not to like guard too much or overthink it, or like open and then like crack it. Make it one fluid motion instead of like, I see you sometimes like you do this a little bit, you're like okay, I'm ready, and then you're like crack, and then you're like, then you pull. You know what I mean? We're just, you're here, I'm set, all in motion. Right? If you want, good. Good. Nice. That's it. Good. Perfect. Good. Row. When you get there, I'm pulling on you. Go. I'm pulling, resist. I'm pulling. Good. Since in that shortened range, when you're contracted, it helps the person go, oh shit, there it is, like grab the muscle. You know what I mean? An easy way to explain it to someone would be like, if we do a bicep curl, right, with this. It's a little heavy. But let's pretend it's a dumbbell. And I curl up. And I'm doing an iso hold. And it's contracted. And I'm squeezing it as hard as I can. You're contracting the muscle, right? You're preventing like, there's tension on it. It's the same idea as when we're coming in, we're squeezing. You should be able to squeeze it, right? And sometimes it helps people in an iso hold if it's really heavy. Getting a heavy weight coming up and holding it, the tension. So it's the same idea, right? And to create more tension, you're counter-forcing, squeezing as much as possible, almost picturing someone trying to pull you down, right? You contract the muscle really hard. So. sometimes just that little bit of extra resistance, like someone putting that resistance on it when you're there helps you to fire it. Find it, right? It's just turning it on. Like, oh, there it is. Dumbbell is in line with your wrist, and it's almost like this, right? Try not to like do this as much as possible. You want to be on it. So when you pull it, dumbbell's here, and it's a shorter range of motion than most people think. Everyone wants to reach it way back.
Yeah.
So it looks awkward. It feels awkward at first. See how I'm holding it? I'm not doing this, right? I'm not hooking it. I'm grabbing like this. Feels awkward at first. They were putting all of our weight through this foot, driving through the hip. I go feet together, but all the weight is here. From here, head up, and rowing like this. So cracking that elbow, just pulling back.
Okay, so you're not technically like bringing it through, just like aligned to the floor.
Fall over your toes. You're gonna fall over our toes, right? So we're here, it's falling down, coming up, down, don't overcomplicate it. Now don't do any of this fucking shit, like, you know? We're right over it, palming it. If I'm planted here, I'm pulling the weight into me. If anything, picture yourself pulling your weight and the weight together at the same time. Say we do a bench press, right? We're pushing away from the body. We're pitching ourselves actually pushing through the pad, right? Opposing. So it's like when you go to row, picture you're pulling into your body, right? We're not doing this. You know, do we ever do a bench press and push with it? No, we're pushing ourselves through the pad, right? Yeah, right? That's it. So remember, really promise, right? You have this, so it's like the palm of the hand. Good. 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 Yeah, head up, right there. Right, picture yourself here, and my elbow is coming back. Yes, just like the row. Remember how you was telling you the row?
Yeah.
So over your toe, and it's rowing. You're not like, it's not a semicircle.
Yeah.
Right, you're over it. You're rowing it. Same, look. See, the row's the same. That same motion we just did, like this. Right? We're just a different angle.
More here,
right? We're not rowing and doing this. Right? We're not. It's the same thing, right? Same principle. Right? Yeah, right? So it's like, same when we do the Nautilus row like this. It's the same fucking thing. All of a sudden you put someone in a different angle and it's like they forgot everything.
Yeah.
Right? So this dumbbell rack's not ideal for your structure. Now push your hip out. Upright. Right there. Perfect. Perfect.
I think it's good more, so I'm gonna do more.
Feel more neutral?
Yeah.
Me too.
Then if I'm like,
yeah, when I do this too much, it makes the range way bigger, and I lose it. I'm like, where the fuck is it?
Yeah.
You know, I'm the same. Yeah, right there. Neutral spine. Oh, yes, that looks so good. So good. Wow. You descend and bend over, almost in a squat position. The glutes are stabilizers. Bent over, pushing out, over the toes. We're not letting it come over here. We're over top of it, and then coming through. And don't do any of this. Don't lift up with it, stay over it. Find your sweet spot. Again, I struggle with these a lot, so.
And same thing with like your grip energy. Well, just
yes, exactly. You want to
not overextend it
Yeah.
either. Okay.
Don't want to hook it.
What do you do with your hand? Like usually, like do you keep it like neutral but
I
look
slightly
up?
look. I try to keep it neutral, but look up.
Okay.
I look. So every rep that you come up, try and hold it for a 1-2. There's no jerking. Going for a hard contraction. The weight will come as you get better at them. You get stronger. So a little wider in the stance. Push through the glutes. And normal, like you're doing a squat. Neutral spine right there. Yep. Pull. Pull. 1-2. You don't have to row so low. Think about the Avenger. Good. 1-2. 1-2. Put those thumbs around the others. Yeah, yeah. Thumbs over how they were over. Wrap them right around like this. Yeah. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Stay stable. Stay here. Stay here. In the butt. Yes. 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 Make it work. Make them work. Hold it here. But you're me pulling that weight away. Good job.
Wow.
Almost like when I hold this, see my knuckles?
Yeah.
They're almost like pointing down. I find it helps so much with the contraction for me, taking it out of my arms. So not this knuckle, but this knuckle is pointing down.
Okay.
Light it. Nice. Nice. Good job. Really good. Really good. Similar sort of thought as when we were doing the Avenger row. Right? We're here, we're pulling in, but now instead of here, we're from here to high row. Pulling down that elbow, cracking. So from here to here, it is a pull down, right? Because the line of path from here, look, my elbow, it's going down. But as soon as we get here, where's it going? It's going back, right? So then it's coming back. So the line of path is down and then back. Down and back. Yeah, so it's a high row. So the first little motion, when our arm's straight, we're cracking elbow. It's a pull down, but then it's coming back to the row.
And with that, like the other arm, you're holding yourself.
Yeah, so I would picture like there's a pad here, just to get like the maximum stretch here. But again, see how my arm's bent? Just straighten that arm. Arm straight, biceps internally rotate as much as possible. It's fully open. Tension's on the lat. We don't have to do this. You know, we don't have to go there. You know, it's like we're isolating. It's like we're here. It's opened up, arm, and then we're gonna crack the elbow. So it's coming down, and then it's coming back. Down, back. Again, I like to keep my spine neutral so I push my abs a little bit. So when I pull, and I almost jam this that way. And then pulling in, I'm almost forcing it that way. Straight arm, crack, pull back. Yeah. It's a row, right? High row. Come back. Yes. Make sure you're driving that pinky too. Pull back. Squeeze here. Good. Good. There's a brace here, bracing you. High row. Straighten the arm, break the arm, and row it in. So we're pulling down with the elbow and then back. It's going back. Good. Push against my hand. Push hard against my hand. Push hard against my hand. Push hard against my hand. Push against my hand in the row. Push. Push your back against it. Push, drive it into me. Drive it into me. Drive. Good job. The Panada one is a variation of this for you. Over there, I just want to see, like, I wouldn't do them both in a workout, but I just want to see how it works with your body because it might be a variation of this. Wanting to change. So it's a shorter range of motion for me on this machine. So I'm here, I have to stop about right here, which is fine. I'm still getting at my lat a lot. I'm gonna tell you when to stop. Right there. Right there. Body straight. Pull in. Remember, you're meeting it, right? So you're pulling into it. Yes. We're pulling into it. Good. Pulling into it. You don't have to over pull back. Just pull right to there and up. Bicep flipped up. Yes. That's it. Straighten that elbow, then crack the elbow, pull down. Good. That's better. You have to adjust so that your wrist is staying as straight as possible. You know what I mean? Throughout the movement.
Yeah, it's good.
It's better. We're hitting lats and then the person's doing this and they come up like this. That's full range of motion, not for the lat, for the back. This is going to involve your teres, your rear delts, and then they come down and then they put in the lat. So when we're doing our exercises and we're keeping like this, externally rotated, we're just isolating the lats, right? So it's just different. So on this exercise here, we're going to be letting the elbow stay out and pulling in like this. And it's going to be working more teres, upper back muscles.
Yeah, I have a question. When I did back with Eric,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I need to like grow my back. I'm like, I need to, bring up my back. He's like, yeah, but what? I'm like, my lats. He's like, okay, but wider like thickness. I'm like, I don't know. So like, well, I guess everything. But
Yeah, because the lats are so complex, right? Like he's going to know which way the muscle fibers are running. And I mean, depending on what you're trying to bring up, you're trying to bring up the thickness and the lat in the middle of the lat. There's the back is so complex. When you look at an anatomy chart of the back, there's so many fucking muscles and they cross different sort of ways. So different exercises and ranges work them differently, right? And they wrap right around to your serratus. So it's like when you say lats, he doesn't know. Like, do you mean like if you're in a quarter turn? Do you need more like thickness here into your serratus? Because they're so complex, right? Everyone just says, "Oh, lats. I need lats."
yeah, that's what I was like.
But it's like,
I actually don't know.
yeah, it's a lot. So, and I mean, even with back, right? Everyone thinks they need more lats. But you look at some guys, and it's like, yeah, you need lats, but you also need rhomboids, and you also need a whole bunch of other stuff you're missing, right? They just think, oh, back equals lats. You know, but there's so many muscles. Remember, we're using these handles, these prime handles. They're designed this way for a reason. So this piece here, when we grab it, we're really focused on driving it this way. So we're putting pressure through our palm into it. So that's like how they're designed, and make sure you do that. Stretch the back, the teres, everything's being stretched out. And then as we pull down, there's two variations. So you can pull down and pull in like this, squeeze everything, right? Or you can pull down, keep it like this, and as you're pulling down, actually pull them apart to each side of the wall. So I'm pulling down and I'm actually pulling apart. That's gonna really challenge your teres. So we're trying to spread it. It might be a little too wide for you. And then as you close in, it's like coming around and squeezing. It's almost doing this motion, right? It's like lengthening, and then this is coming down, and it's like going like this, right? Shortening. That teres, right? You're stretching it, and then it's wrapping around and shortening.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know, like you should, like, you know, we're used to just like hanging.
Dead weight.
But then Eric like showed how like
and keep the weight in there. See how? There you go. See? Yeah, man. Yeah, it's like let your body actually take the weight in the muscle and not just hang out there on a dead zone. Right? Yeah. It's funny. Come down. Boom, hold. 1, 2. Then I take you. 2. Good. Now take you. Push those palms into the handles. Good. All this here. Wrap around. Good. Stretching. And wrapping around. Squeeze. Good. Stretch. Pull. Good. If you want to try a couple reps pulling straight down and pulling them apart, you can. So put your pulling them that way. Really challenge this. Up, pull them apart. The pinkies, good. 2 different variations between.
Alright guys, so that's it for today's back workout. It actually helped me a lot because I think one of my mistakes was I think I was just doing the wrong exercise. So like obviously it's finding the right exercise for you. So like really focus on like maybe 4 exercises I'm really good at and just like getting better, and like the one that I'm like, yeah, just having the most out of it, like having the best contraction. So yeah, that actually helped me a lot. I'm excited to like see how I can progress with those. But yeah,
so Valerie is going to be doing pro show this year. We're deciding between like Toronto, Vancouver. We just talked this morning, and it's one of those things where when she hits the stage next, you know, she did her pro debut at the Toronto 4 weeks ago. We want to make sure she shows up to the stage with many improvements to her back, to her legs, some more thickness to the shoulders. So, you know, we've structured her off season and her training to accomplish that. So today we just went over sort of exercise selection, and I tried to stick to exercises that removed a lot of the variables, because we are learning a lot of new techniques and stuff with Eric here. You know, there's so many good trainers here. There's Eric, there's Ben, there's Mike Van Wyck, there's all these guys, and sometimes it can be overwhelming learning, you know, new principles and stuff and applying these techniques. So, you know, with Valerie today, I sort of try to break it down to simplify things with, you know, a few exercises that remove some of the variables. And yeah, I think you had a great back workout, and I think, you know, you can apply these sort of principles to, you know, your training.
Yeah.
So
it's good to be able to like focus on just like specific things, right? Because it's like, like you said, it's like so overwhelming, all those techniques, and like there's so many exercises, like, yeah, there's just so many variables that I'm like, I get lost, I get like, I'm so like out of like the right like position that it should be. So yeah, it's gonna be cool actually.
Yeah, like today, if you guys reflect back, that's why I started with the Avenger row specifically, because I knew that, hey, if I can get her to understand this row, this motion, and then we're gonna go change and we're gonna go into a one arm row and we're gonna do a bent over row. It's the same principles, right? We're just changing the angle. So I feel like that was a really good workout today, and I think you got a lot out of it. So
hope you guys liked it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.